Who likes footy? I do too. So I'm a dad. Is there any dads out there? I'm not the only one who's ruined my life. Nah, they're all right. They're not too bad. I love them a lot, actually, but they're quite mischievous. I've got 2 daughters. Their ages are 6 and 8, and they're quite mischievous. They run through the house a lot, and I'm always saying to them, like, slow down, bloody hell, slow down, watch where you're going, you know, because I'm worried about them. And but they don't listen. They just keep on doing it, keep on running through the house, and I'm worried something bad's going to happen. And sure enough, it did. Just recently happened to my youngest daughter, Katie. Smacked her head right on the kitchen bench, opened up a nasty wound, you know. But I did rush her along to the doctor as quick as I could. Well, when I say as quick as I could, I did stop off at Red Rooster on the way, but I didn't want to be listening to the doctor on an empty stomach. But the doctor was great. When I got her there, he patched up the injury. He was quite gentle, and he said, look, take the next day off school to rest and recover. That's what Katie did. And the next day came around, we dropped her off at a classroom, and as I dropped her off, her teachers noticed the injury, and she's asked Katie what happened. And Katie, being young, she's not very confident, quite shy. So she was stumbling a bit. She was like, And I couldn't just stand back and watch this. I wanted to step in and help her out. So I was like, you bumped your head, Katie. Yeah, you know what you did, didn't you? We agreed upon this at home. No, I didn't say we agreed upon this at home, but the other stuff I did say, and after saying that I realised I'm in a bit of a pickle of a problem here, and had to quickly think on the spot, and believe it or not, I'm not much of an ideas man, and all I could come up with was to just run. So I got the hell out of there as quick as I could, looking for a new school at the moment, so that's actually a bit of a lie. I'd been looking for a new school for quite a while. Not very happy with the canteen situation. Don't know why it's closed at 3 p.m, but you know, bigger bodies, hungrier people, but yeah, while I'm on the topic of being a dad, I do like to sort of notice trends that are going along around town, and I've noticed with guys recently, quite a lot of them have a particular type of tattoo, and what they'll have is a word tattooed onto their arm, usually the font of choice being Old English, and fair enough too, because I don't think Times New Roman would quite have the same impact, so well done there on the font choice. But it really intrigued me, this. I kept seeing it, I wanted to know what it was all about, so I stopped one of them and I asked them, and it turns out they're just dads, really proud dads who love their kids so much. What they've decided to do is get their kid's name tattooed onto their arm. And I think that's a really beautiful thing, you know, that really touches my heart. A really lovely way to show everyone how much you love your kids. And being a dad myself, I also want to do something to show everyone how much I love my kids. But what I decided to do was something a little bit different. I decided to feed them and educate them. So life's all about options, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Thanks. You guys are cool. What else am I have a bit of a gambling problem. Does anyone like to have a bit of a punt? Don't worry, I always make sure there's a little bit of money put aside so I can eat. But sometimes the girls miss out. But no, only once. But they've only got small bodies, but no, but I punt a lot on sports, and you know, I don't do racing, not into racing. I don't do pokies, just sports. I like sports, and I tell myself this little thing to justify what I'm doing. A lot of people with addictions, to justify what they're doing, they tell themselves something, and what I say, this is what I say, as long as I'm watching the game, that's my little thing. Which isn't too bad, you know, like, you know, you'll be watching the game anyway, supporting your team, so if they lose, you'll be pretty disappointed. If they win, sweet, you can pay the bills this week, you know, and well, that's a fine thing to say, isn't it, as long as I'm watching the game. I think that's fine. But next thing, when it's 4 a.m. and you're watching 5th Division Argentinian ping pong, I think it's time to admit you got a gambling problem, huh? And I like I do like eating at a lot of drive-through restaurants. It's a pretty bad habit. Because you know what you're getting. It's not good. It's junk food, not healthy, a lot of fried food. And it starts off as just having a little bit, and you have more and more, and eventually a lot of your meals are drive-through restaurants. And I definitely think my habit has gotten out of hand. And the reason I think that is because of this thought that I recently had in my mind, where I have thoughts. This was a real thought I had. So I drove into the drive-through, got my meal, drove out, grabbed a few chips, or as I like to call it, the entree. And this was the thought I had in my mind. I should keep a bowl of tomato sauce in my car. Anyway, thanks for having me. See you later, guys.
Aaron Gocs on Triple J for Good As Friday, broadcasting live from the Melbourne Town Hall.